First was with Shah Alam and Shah Alam and East India Company, and second was with East India Company and Shujauddaulah. Who was Shujauddaulah? Nawab of Awadh. So we completed up to Treaty of Allahabad. So start from 1765 onwards. This period is known in history as dual government in Bengal. What you have to understand, what this dual government was, how did it function, what were its drawbacks. Clear? So after knowing, you should have the answer of these questions. The very term dual, as you can easily understand, there must be two types of government. Which two types of government? Sorry. Think. So write it down. The Diwani power. What with whom? East India Company. When you say British, it may be any person of England who belong to British. So when you use the term, it is East India Company's government till 1858. From 1858 till 1947, it was British Crown's government. You understand this? So both were English. Company were also English. Crowns were also English. So when you just use this word, it is a very loose word. So be careful. You have to use a specific word. Companies period, companies government. Crowns period, crowns government. Otherwise, when you say Angrez, 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 British, 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 so it looks like that you are bringing every Englishman in India who might have never came to India. So just like I keep telling you, I will give you a lot of wisdoms, word of wisdom. Yaad hai na? So one word of wisdom is, from now onwards, if you care, be careful when you are writing, okay? When you are speaking in a public platform, एक तो अपने दोस्त यार के साथ गपशप चाय की दुकान में रूम में उसका आई एम नॉट गेटिंग एनी हिसाब किताब, बट when you are in public, speak, interviews, then be careful with your sentence, with your words, with your terms. सबका हिसाब होगा, जैसे कहते हैं ना बूंद बूंद का हिसाब होगा. एक भी शब्द आपने इधर से उधर बोला, उधर पकड़ने वाले बहुत बैठे हुए, उनको काम ही दिया गया है कि साहब हाउ टू डिफरेंशिएट बिटवीन you and thousands of others. 5 lakh students would appear and only 1000 would be finally selected. What is the ratio? 500 में एक. माँ बाप तो बड़े प्यार से कह देते हैं मेरा बेटा लाखों में एक. हम कहते हैं 500 में ही एक बन जाओ, लाखों में छोड़ो, है ना? तो 500 में ही एक बन जाओ, आपका कल्याण हो गया, आप तो सेलेक्ट हो गए ना 500 में से एक. तो उसका क्या क्या तरीका है? व्हाट आर द वेज एंड मीन्स? दिस इज वन ऑफ द वेज एंड मीन्स. तो ये कैसे होगा कि हमारे एक एक वर्ड्स व्हाट आई कॉल तोल मोल के बोल, राइट? व्हेन यू थिंक बिफोर यू स्पीक, rather than you speak first and think later. I hope you're getting. This is a training to yourself, and the best way to get training in the classroom. Then the second best is among your friends, and just talk and tell your friends that please find out my fault. Not for the sake of finding the fault, right? But if I am correct, please correct me in my sentences, in my terminologies, in my choice of words at a particular time. The Diwani right was with whom? East India Company's government, or East India Company right now without government. And second was Nizamat. What is Nizamat? Administration. Was with whom? was with Nawab. So it is two power center. So it is called dual government. What was dual government is clear now. How did it function? ये काम कैसे करते थे? In between this, because before 1765, who were collecting revenue from the peasant and Aam Aadmi of Bengal? The employees of Nawab. So two deputy divans, write it down, two deputy divans who were selected by, or correct word if I myself correct, appointed by Nawab, but they worked for East India Company. This is the answer of the second question. How did it function? Let me repeat. How did it function? Two deputy divans. Because Diwan was Nawab himself. Have you heard the word Diwan? Finance officer in medieval period was called Diwan. बहुत सारे लोग आज भी अपने नाम के आगे फख्र से लिखते हैं सो एंड सो दीवान. करोल बाग में एक दुकान है, दीवान साहब. शादी के जोड़े वही मिलते हैं, है ना. माई जॉब इज टू एनहांस योर जनरल नॉलेज, राइट. तो दीवान वैसे अपने घरों में बेड में भी होता है एक, मालूम है आपको. दैट इज ऑल्सो कॉल्ड दीवान. एक और उर्दू फारसी में वर्ड है दीवान, दीवान गालिब, दीवान मीर. व्हाट इज दैट? कलेक्शन ऑफ पोएम is also called Diwan in Persian. So the same word, three different meaning. Here, finance officer. So Diwan was Nawab. He appointed two deputy Diwans. But instead of these people working for Nawab, now they are working for East India Company. It is like you are appointed by government of India for Indian civil service and you are working for China. I hope it won't happen. But this is exactly it happened, that the appointing agency was someone else. But these people worked for, now you understand exact meaning of dual government. If it is asked in your definition. Now these are the technical parts. If you pay attention in the class, you can understand much faster and for a longer period. If you read yourself in the book, the danger is that first, you may not understand the language of the professor who has written the book. Secondly, there is also not a guarantee where was your mind at that time when you was reading that particular line. Have you noticed that? Now, just watch my word which I am saying next day or today itself. That when you read something, say newspaper in the morning, right? See the attention of first 30 minutes. And see the attention of next 30 minutes and find out the difference. So what is worldwide known that the attention actually recedes after 30-35 minutes very dramatically. So it's better that do not read in a go beyond say 1 hour. Some people may have 40 minutes attention. So I would suggest don't read after 40 minutes. Have a break. 10 minutes and come back. But come back. You get to my point or not? That is the most biggest challenge because when you go and then coming back is not so easy. But make sure that do not make continuous 2 hours studies, which is foolish. 3 hours is suicidal. You get my point? And many students I saw when I stay in the library and continuously they are sitting and they think कि हम तो बहुत पढ़ रहे हैं. So that would not make any big difference. But you have to understand, just like you ask any good doctor, and they would always suggest never have any one big meal a day. Always have a small meal 4 to 5 times or 6 times rather than 3 heavy meals. Just ask any doctor and they would suggest you. So we are from academic background, so we will tell what is the best recipe to study. You get my point. So one of the best recipe of study is never go in one single go, even newspaper. Forget books, serious books. So 1 hour is enough. Then again 10-15 minutes break and then come again. So that concentration level remains high. And concentration when you read and listen the class actually would decide on the day of prelims and main how much you are going to score. The second and third reading revision actually, you can come here. Second and third reading actually becomes irrelevant if your first reading was faulty. And many students actually do not understand. तो वो सोचते कि क्योंकि second reading would always start from the point where you ended the first reading, the level. I hope you're getting note. So it's always important to give very much importance to your first reading of any topic. Okay. So I hope now you understood two deputy divans who appointed them, but they worked for. Now suppose a teacher is thinking to frame a question on dual government. What kind of question he or she can frame for you in preliminary exam? So far what I said on the basis of this. अभी कुछ बाकी है वैसे. You're getting my question. You have to make question for your prelims on dual government on the basis of what we just discussed in the last 5-7 minutes. Diwan, वो तो मैंने बताया नहीं. हाँ, who appointed? Good. So what is the answer? Nawab. Okay, that is one question. Second question. How many divans? Okay, good. That is 2. चलो वो भी ठीक है. Okay, आप इधर आ जाओ. Just can you take this back? हाँ, और बताओ. Like, अच्छा क्या ये नहीं पूछ सकता कि वो 2 डिप्टी दीवान के नाम बताओ? पूछ सकता है कि नहीं? तो लिखो, इसीलिए तो मैंने पूछा था. Okay, Rida Khan and Shitab Rai were 2 deputy divans. So while studying, you have to enter into the mind of the framer of the question through these kind of texts. That what kind of question they can frame. Riza Khan and Shitab Rai. Who were they? The deputy divans. Now, what was the impact, consequences of this? So now write next point. The Nawab had all responsibility of governance without financial power, whereas the company had all financial powers without responsibility of governance or administration. This is simple. Yes. What is the ultimate result? With the result, the people of Bengal, mostly the peasants, suffered most. Simple. I hope this point is very clear to you. So literally, no one was taking responsibility of governance because Nawab would say, how can we provide you MG Narega, food security, midday meal, ऐसा कुछ था नहीं ना उसमें. But whatever development, whatever people's friendly work Nawab was doing earlier. Now he could not do merely with how many lakhs you remember Nawab was getting? 53 lakh. What was he getting earlier? Approximately 4 crore. So now he is reduced from 4 crore to 53 lakh. So obviously the worst affected would be the people of Bengal, mostly the peasant. So what you have to understand that during British period from 1765 onwards through series of policies, the common man's life in India started affected in negative ways. And I told you perhaps in your class also that India's GDP, you remember this? To world economy was 24% by the end of 18th century. China was next to India. What about England and other European countries? I hope you remember this. That is one point. Second point, I don't know I told you or not. A poor of Shah Jahan period. You remember this? And a poor of Nehru period. So Shah Jahan's period means the British pre-British poor were very good in life, but now after these period, the poor in India were most affected and their life started deteriorating. So this is the first phase of impact of British rule in India. I hope now it is clear as far as the impact of this dual government would be concerned. Now, two more facts. Who was the man who started dual government and who was the man who ended dual government? So write it down. Robert Clive introduced dual government. I hope you remember him. He was governor of Bengal twice. When he was governor in his second term, 1765 to 67, during this period he introduced dual government. And last point, Warren Hastings the new governor ended dual government in 1772. Warren Hastings ended dual government in 1772. What does it mean? And established direct rule of East India Company in Bengal. What does it mean, direct rule? Both Diwani and Nizamat came in the hands of East India Company. Now you tell me, this was better or the previous arrangement was better? सोच के बोलना, ये बढ़िया था या इससे पहले वाला? बट मैं आपको एक और फैक्ट बता देता हूँ. इन फर्स्ट केस at least administration was with the hand of an Indian. If financial power was with East India Company. Now both came under the control of East India Company, a foreigner, not a. Which one was better? Previous. क्यों? क्योंकि इंडियन था. भला है बुरा है जैसा भी है, मेरा पति मेरा देवता है ना? ऐसा अपने इंडिया में लोग बोलते हैं. So you have to understand one more important point in history. There is a term called objective study and there is a term called subjective study. Are you getting? Have you heard this term? Did I explain in your class? Yes? बताया था? तो ऑब्जेक्टिव स्टडी क्या होती है? फर्स्ट यू एनालाइज then you conclude. Analysis based on fact. Whereas subjective study क्या होता है? First you conclude and then you find a fact based on your conclusion. So obviously you would love to prove your conclusion, right? सही है? So what you did, that you became subjective because you thought Indian है तो अच्छा ही होगा. But as a student of history, you have to study whole history कि अगर वो अंग्रेज भी है तो अच्छे काम तो क्यों होंगे, तो क्यों ना तारीफ की जाए, और इंडियन होगा बुरे काम तो क्यों ना हो, तो क्यों ना उसको बुरा कहा जाए. I hope you're getting now. Now that is what the difference between an educated person and an arm art. If you just watch around yourself, relatives, friends, on most of the issues, whether the government policies, whether any important steps taken by anyone in your family, relatives, you actually support or oppose based on A, your emotions, B, because you like someone, so you like someone, everything. Since you don't like someone, so you don't like anything of that someone. Now, this is very dangerous in academic world. This is very dangerous in UPSC exam. And that is how you have to train your mind every day how to be as much possible as objective. And do not forget, there may be always other side of the coin. You have been told by anyone only one side of the coin. समझ आ रहा है? तो ये जिस दिन ट्रेनिंग आ गई, आपका पक्का यूपीएससी में सिलेक्शन है कि सिक्के के दो पहलू. सुना है ना बचपन से, तो वो एक शोले में डायलॉग है कि दो बदमाश को संजीव कुमार कहता है जेलर को कि इसे हमें दे दो, जय और वीरू को. सही है? तो जेलर कहता है ये क्या करेंगे आप, ये तो बहुत चोर बदमाश है, खोटे सिक्के हैं. समझ आ रहा है? तो संजीव कुमार कहता है इंसान और सिक्कों में शायद यही फर्क है. समझ आ रहा है? इंसान और, आपने मूवी तो देख ली, डायलॉग फिर से सुनना आपकी. खोटे सिक्के हो सकते हैं, खोटे इंसान में खोटापन होगा तो कुछ अच्छाइयां भी होगी. तो फिर वो कहता है ना, लोहा लोहे को काटता है. हैव यू नोटिस दैट? एक गब्बर सिंह बदमाश है, इसको हम दो बदमाशों से ही ठीक कराएंगे. हैव यू नोटिस दैट? नो, इन एडमिनिस्ट्रेशन दिस इज वेरी इंपॉर्टेंट पॉइंट जो आपको पेपर एथिक्स में बहुत काम आएगा. उसमें पूरा खेल इसी बात का है कि फॉरगेट मोरालिटी ऑल द टाइम वोंट वर्क इन पब्लिक लाइफ. समझ आ रहा है? It is your presence of mind which is always important, of course with certain degree of ethics and morality. We will discuss that also. So I hope you understood about this point. The first system was an anarchical system. The first system was like modern day Syria. You don't know who is ruling, or Iraq, or Afghanistan. So it's better that even if it is British, at least they would provide a system, a governance, and accountability. I hope you're getting. So the second system, which is that direct rule, is far, far better than dual government. Now, what does it mean, direct rule? So what happened to the post of Nawab? Write it down. The post of Nawab was abolished. Post of Nawab was abolished, and Nawab was now kept in museum permanently. You would learn one good thing the British did in India was that after defeating Indian rulers, Rajas and Maharajas by the 1856, two-thirds India came under direct British rule, which we call as British India, and all these Rajas and Maharajas, one after another, were removed. That means kept in museum permanently. Then we got independence in 1947, and the remaining one-third also were removed. Clear? But many Rajas like Sindhya, like Holkar, like Gaikwad, like Nizam, who lost their power in 1947, they could not believe it, that we have lost it. So in Urdu, there is a term called Khumar. And they thought till 50s, 60s, 70s, 80s कि अभी भी हम राजा हैं. और वो सर पे ताज भी पहन के निकलते हैं अभी भी. बल्कि जब मंसूर अली खान पटौदी died just few years back, so there was a ceremony to coronate Saif Ali Khan at Pataudi in Haryana, and there was a huge ceremony. So obviously the scholars were joking कि साहब अब आप कोरोनेशन किस बात का कर रहे हो, ताज ताख कहाँ है, हुकूमत कहाँ है. अभी सड़क पे और रेड लाइट पे एसएचओ पकड़ लेगा कि तुमने रेड लाइट क्रॉस कर लिया है. तो दिस इज व्हाट आई एम सेइंग, that how many of them had not yet forgotten. वो एक मूवी आई थी साहब बीवी और गैंगस्टर, देखिए. तो उसमें एक कैरेक्टर है जिमी शेरगिल का. he played the role of a raja, and of course without any kingdom. At one point he says कि मैं king हूँ, म्यूजियम नहीं हूँ. Have you noticed that? This is what I just told कि after independence, which is a republic India, okay? A republic India had no place of any king or prince or nawab. Now, can anybody tell me why I brought this terminology? A republic India had no place for king, raja, and nawab. What is the meaning of republic? The head of the state is an elected one, whereas in rajas and nawabs, what happens? Hereditary. But many of these rajas and nawabs had not actually forgotten, because the family is still there and they still think that we had a past which was a glorious past. Is that clear now? So, Nawab post was abolished. First time in which part of India? Bengal. Which year? 1772. And who was the man who ended this? Warren Hastings. So now you understand the importance of this year. Which year? 1772. Now a unique situation came for East India Company. This is Bengal, Bihar, Odisha, Jharkhand, Bangladesh. Very huge territory. In other parts like Bombay and Madras, they were just a trading company. And here they became rulers. A state, a private company came from England in 1608 to do trade. But now they became rulers or a state. It is just like Government of India allows Mukesh Ambani to go to South Africa and do some business. And after a few years, we hear Mukesh Ambani captured South Africa and became president of South Africa. Though we know that it won't happen, but फिर भी दिल के खुश रखने को गालिब ये ख्याल अच्छा है, ऐसा बोल के हम खुश हो सकते हैं ना. So this exactly happened like that. A private company became rulers or a state of such a vast territory. And I think I told you the size of Odisha bigger than England. बताया था कभी? I think I told साइज ऑफ उड़ीसा आज जो है वो इंग्लैंड से बड़ा है. साइज ऑफ फ्रांस जो है वो मध्य प्रदेश से छोटा है. जर्मनी जो है राजस्थान से छोटा है. ठीक है, हम लोग ये बोल के खुश हो लेते हैं. इमेजिन जो इंग्लैंड की क्वीन होगी उस पे क्या गुजरी होगी. समझ आ रहा है कि उसके कंट्री की एक कंपनी के पास इतनी बड़ी एम्पायर जो प्राइवेट कंपनी है और वो एक छोटे से इंग्लैंड की महारानी है. नाउ देयर वाज अ क्लैश बिटवीन इंग्लिश गवर्नमेंट व्हेन आई से इन इंग्लैंड एंड whom? East India Company, because East India Company got a charter, a royal order in 1600 to do business with east of Cape of Good Hope with certain do's and don'ts. But many of those don'ts were violated. One such don't was not to have war. Because in a war, even if it is men of East India Company, they would be Englishmen who would be killed. Are you getting now? And by this time, 1688 onwards, England had already one house parliament. That means they were representative of people. That means there was opposition. So whenever there was a war outside England, whether with French or whether with Portuguese or with Indian rulers, and some Englishmen were killed, in the Parliament of England, the question was raised what this company was doing, why their men were killed at Plassey, Buxar, Anglo-French. We have discussed that. I hope you're getting. One more important point. You know, even if 1 or 10 people were killed, when the news went to England, it became a big issue in England. Why? Even if 100 people are killed in India, it does not become a news in India. By and large. Reason is simple, that many civilizations in the world, like the white race in particular, give value to human life. Unlike we Indians, where 100 आदमी अगर बिहार में बाढ़ में गायब हो जाए, नीतीश कुमार को पता भी नहीं चलेगा. लेकिन ट्रंप को अगर एक आदमी भी इराक में मर गया अमेरिकन, या मैक्सिको बॉर्डर पे एक इंडियन वाज किल्ड जस्ट 1 month बैक, and Trump personally called the wife of that dead man. Have you heard this kind of story in India? कि साहब किसी सोल्जर की मौत हो गई हो और अपने प्राइम मिनिस्टर ने उसको फोन करके हेलो मैडम आई एम सॉरी ऐसा बोला हो. नहीं सुना होगा आपने. बट आई एम हियरिंग सिंस आई वाज इन कॉलेज डेज फ्रॉम जॉर्ज बुश सीनियर टू जूनियर टू क्लिंटन टू ओबामा टू current day Trump, irrespective of their party, whether Republican or Democrat, each one, because they come from a culture in which, as I told, they value human life. And since we in India, you must have noticed, become very insensitive. And what is called in sociology, for us, these are normal things. सब चलता है, ये तो रोज होता है. कौन सी नई बात है? जैसे वायलेंस अगेंस्ट दलित रोज होता है. रोज होते होते फिर अपने को लगता है अखबार में भी हम हेडलाइन पढ़ के छोड़ देते हैं. Are you getting or not? ऐसे वायलेंस अगेंस्ट वुमेन रोज होता है. So we also ignore it because we have accepted it. It is called a normal thing. That is why when mob lynching started, the sociologists warned that after 1 year, it would become the new norms of India. And then in the next 2-3 years, you would not be shocked क्योंकि आप सोचोगे ये तो होता ही है, ये तो हो ही रहा है. What is new about it? I hope you are getting. And that is very dangerous for any society. So in Urdu there is a word कि हम लोग बेहिस हो गए. There is no sensitivity. Whereas English people, we can blame for many of their wrongs which they did in India, undoubtedly, in terms of exploitation, etc. But one thing is very good, even today, anybody who goes to America would tell that how much they care about their own citizen. Once you are a citizen of America, irrespective of your identity, you're African or Asian or Latino, you're Hindu, you're a Muslim, or anyone. I remember my nephew is an American citizen and he was just 4-year-old when he came. And वहां से एक लेटर आया, इसका ये वैक्सीन का लास्ट डेट है, दिलवा दीजिएगा. When I read, I was shocked कि कहाँ कैलिफोर्निया और कहाँ पुरानी दिल्ली, और उस बंदे को याद है कि इसका ये वैक्सीनेशन डेट है. यहाँ तो माँ बाप को याद नहीं था, पोलियो का टीका दिला रहे हैं. Have you noticed that or not? 2 बूंद का सवाल है और बच्चे को पोलियो नहीं दिला रहे, माँ बाप नहीं दिला रहे. गवर्नमेंट तो बहुत बाद में इंडिया में होश में आई. बट इमेजिन कि हाउ दे I was told by one professor, she went to one of the state called Ohio in America and she was checking in a hotel. In the morning, one manager called her twice and she could not respond because she may be sleeping. After 20 minutes, police came, knocked the door, and then she opened and said, we just wanted to inquire everything is all right, ma'am. She was little shocked कि एक दो फोन का जवाब नहीं दिया, पुलिस आ गई। हमने कहा 2-3 दिन इंडिया में लोग मर जाते पता ही नहीं चलता है ना, कि पुलिस तो क्या मैनेजर को भी नहीं खबर होगी होटल के। अक्सर हम ऐसे खबरें सुनते हैं 4 दिन के बाद डेड बॉडी मिलती है। हैव यू नोटिस दैट? So this is what I'm telling you, on daily basis you can find the difference between the culture, that what happens in the West, that how much they give value to life,